Okay, so the Shaberhood is also known as the Shea Corridor. People will call it Shadow Mountain. People call it by its zip code 85028. But believe it or not, a lot of people just say, "Well, I live near 32nd Street in Shea, or I live near Tatum and Shea." The Shaberhood's a kind of a newer type name for that area that's just starting to take hold. But basically, the Shaberhood is located from 24th Street on the west side all the way over to Tatum Boulevard on the east side, and then Cactus Road on the north, and the Phoenix Mountain Preserve, or what we call Piestewa Peak on the south. So, what's kind of cool about 85028 is its southern boundary is Phoenix Mountains Preserve, and the western boundary, for the most part, is Phoenix Mountain Preserve. So, you really kind of feel like you're out in the sticks, out in the desert, when in fact you're right there, kind of in the middle of Phoenix. So great location. So one of the greatest things about the Shaberhood in 85028 is how close it is to Sky Harbor. For instance, my wife travels just about every week. From our house to her parking spot at Sky Harbor is 15 minutes. Okay. When we go to a Diamondback game, uh, that's 15 minutes. Anywhere downtown, 15 minutes. When you want to go to Old Town Scottsdale, 20 minutes. Kierland, 20 minutes. I always tell people there's more things within 15 minutes of this location than just about anywhere I can think of in town. So, real easy access to both downtown Phoenix, Scottsdale, in those areas. Yeah. So, in the Shaberhood, 85028, wide variety and mix of homes. Everything from condos to townhomes and patio homes, obviously, to single family homes. Um, One of the interesting things about the uh, the Shaberhood is very few homes are two-story. Okay, when these homes were built, many of these homes were built in the '60s all the way through the '90s. So a lot of the homes that are being sold nowadays have been, many of them have been remodeled, updated, and so forth. So um, just a wide range in type of homes in the area, which really makes it attractive for not only families that want to live there, young families, all the way up to people that want to downsize. We get a lot of people that have a 3,000 plus square foot home that they've had for 30 or 40 years, and they want to downsize, and they can downsize, stay in the zip code by moving into a smaller single family home or patio home, townhome, that sort of thing. So lot of choices in the area.
Is the neighborhood good for retirees and or downsizing?
Yeah, so not a large, probably a good portion of my clientele that I work with in 85028, the Shaberhood, are folks that have maybe lived in their homes 20, 30, 40 years, that they raised their kids in. They're now empty nesters, and now they're looking at, do I really need all this home? And one of the things that people get concerned about when it comes to downsizing is they're afraid they have to move to a different area of town. And the nice thing is you can actually stay in this area, this 85028 Shaberhood area, and downsize. I mean, there's lots of choices of homes, especially just west of the 51 between Shea and Cactus. A lot of 16, 18, 20, or 2,000 square foot single family one-story homes that are low maintenance that you could move into. Right there by Stone Creek Golf Course, along Cholla, there's all kinds of patio homes, townhome type options in there. And then you even have condo options in that area. So the nice thing is you can downsize and stay in the zip code, uh, still be close to where your doctors are, where the hospitals are that you like to use, and so forth. So yeah, definitely, it's actually a great. As a matter of fact, interesting statistic that there's 42 zip codes in Phoenix, and 85028 is the has the oldest median age population of any zip code in Phoenix. So that tells you how strong it is for retirees or people that want to downsize. Folks get into this zip code, this area, and they just don't want to leave.
Is the neighborhood considered safe?
Yeah, so I have to be careful how I answer this question, but overall, I can tell you that when we moved our family, our girls into this area, the Shaberhood, almost 30 years ago, we still haven't left. We're still here. Um, in all those years, we never, knock on wood, had any crime whatsoever at our home, nor did really any of our neighbors. I can't think of any criminal activity or anything that's taken place over the last 30 years in any of the homes that we've lived in the area. So overall, I think it's been very safe for us. It's not a place where you're hearing sirens and helicopters flying over every night like the in other parts of the valley. But, you can also do your own research on that. There's all kinds of crime statistic websites you can go to and verify that. But just I can tell you from boots on the ground and living there, we've never really had any issues with crime whatsoever.
What grocery stores are in this?
Yeah, so there's great shopping in in the neighborhood, as particularly when it comes to grocery shopping. Number one, I think the big thing we've got is we've got a Costco sitting right in the middle of the, neighborhood there, in the where the PV, development's going on. So we do have our own Costco in the neighborhood. We have a really great, friendly, clean, nice Bashes that we like right there at 32nd and Shea. Excuse me. Then we have at, Tatum and Shea, we have the Big Fry's Marketplace, which at one time was the largest fries marketplace in the nation. That's at Tatum and Shea, and then when you go up to Tatum and Cactus, again, where that PV development is going on, you've got a Trader Joe's there, you've got a Sprouts. I mean, just about every grocery chain, you can think of is located right in our area. So great grocery options there. Yeah, so, I mean, the best way to kind of explain the neighborhood is you get those mountain views and the feeling of being in nature that you get in like Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, kind of a slower pace of life, but not at Scottsdale and PV prices. You got to remember that Scottsdale 85254, the magic zip code, is basically on the east border of this zip code 85028 in the neighborhood. And then you've got Paradise Valley on kind of our southeast border of the zip code. So two of the nicest zip codes to live in and highest priced are right along our east border. But what's cool about 85028 is you've got mountains on the southern border and the western border, all Phoenix Mountain Preserve. So, if you're a hiker, you like to mountain bike or whatever, there are more trails than you can imagine right here, right out our back door. I mean, literally, we live on the preserve, so I can open my gate and walk out into the preserve and go on a hike. But lots and lots of people are literally 5-10 minute walk to some of the best trails, mountain trails in the valley. Yeah, so when we moved into the area 30 years ago, the healthcare options were very important to us. We wanted to be close to Phoenix Children's Hospital mainly for our two young daughters at the time. Literally, your 10-minute drive, jump on the 51 at Shea, and you're 10 minutes away from Phoenix Children's Hospital, 15 minutes away from Banner University, 10 minutes away from Honor Health at Shea and the 101, and about 15 minutes away from the Mayo Clinic. So, really great hospital and, doctor office, specialist locations all throughout that area. I would say, the next best thing would be to be literally in the middle of downtown Phoenix if you wanted to be closer to some of these hospitals, but very, everything's 10 to 12 minutes away. So, a lot of people, when they think of the Shaberhood or 85028, if you're looking online especially, they talk about it's just Paradise Valley Unified School District. Well, that's true for about 85-90% of the area, okay? In other words, when you look at a map and you've got, you know, the eastern boundary of 85028 in the Shaberhood is Tatum Boulevard. Well, a lot of people don't know this, but the Paradise Valley Unified School District goes all the way to 40th Street and stops. And then from 40th Street to Tatum, you're actually in the Scottsdale Unified School District. So to give you an idea, if you're in the Paradise Valley Unified School District, your kids will go to Mercury Mine and then Shea Middle School and then Shadow Mountain High School. If you're in the Scottsdale School District part of this 85028, your kids will go to Cherokee Elementary, Cocopah Middle School, and then Chaparral High School, what they call the 3 Cs. So there's a little strip there from 40th Street to Tatum Boulevard. It's actually a pretty good size strip, um, where you actually go to the Scottsdale School District. And when we moved into the area, we were actually on that side. So our girls went to Cherokee, Cocopah, Chaparral.